There's so many repercussions here, so I don't want to move on from this here yet
Okay.
because there's a lot more repercussions here. We've got Intel trading up here this morning. So you'd expect if it's going to be a chip wreck, Intel's going to get hit as well. But no, Trump commentary here is propping up Intel because one, if they're not going to defend Taiwan, and clearly in that interview, he's talking more about, Taiwan 9,500 miles away. We know who's not 9,500 miles away is Intel. So everybody last night on that Trump commentary was buying Intel. Trade up over 2% last night on the Trump bump for Intel. Also trading up last night was Global Foundries, GFS. It has leaked back and is just flat here right now. But, the question I would pose is Intel now a Trump stock? Because if the administration gets in, maybe they're going to throw more funding at Intel to try to get these chips domestic. It's maybe not a bad idea. It's maybe not a bad idea to build. So Intel's been sitting here, dog of my portfolio, dog of Mr. Alconen's portfolio. But we were talking about this stock yesterday saying the chart's starting to look somewhat productive here. Now, I mean, we're on a really disastrous day here. We're going to get into the overall market in a second, but we're telling you the reasons why the market is down here right now. The question is, is a stock like Intel actually see some love today? If the market starts to base, I think Intel's a stock that maybe people start thinking about here again. Now the foundry business is in very early innings here. This isn't like all of a sudden we can just start producing and match Taiwan Semiconductor here. But with the Trump commentary, it's not going to hurt a stock like Intel.
Yeah, and that might be if Trump does end up getting elected, that could be an interesting, political move to I guess kind of take credit for bringing chip production back to the U.S. after, of course, the current administration passed the CHIP Act, which is giving billions of dollars to Intel and other U.S. chip manufacturers. So you could say it's a Trump stock. You could probably also make an argument that Intel's a Biden stock because of all the again money
the CHIP Act.
The CHIP Act that Intel and other U.S. semiconductor companies are set to receive. I mean, they're building the new plants right now, but the problem is when the government passes this CHIPS Act in 2022 that allows for billions of dollars to flow to these companies, it doesn't happen overnight. It takes a while to bring these supply chains and to bring that production back on shore. And again, like the part of it is the geopolitical bringing down that geopolitical risk, saying, hey, we're going to be better off next time there is something going on in the world, whether it be a pandemic, whether it be a world war, whatever it is, if we can produce our own chips at home instead of being reliant on another country, not to mention the fact that it adds, high paying manufacturing jobs to the economy, which is, a net positive for the economy as well. So at least it sounds like Biden and Trump are on board, are on the same page with one thing, and that's the fact that we should be producing chips.
There may be one stock that's got both administrations backing. Obviously we can see Tesla. We've talked about him siding with Trump, but in the case of Biden, Intel wins. In the case of Trump, Intel wins now.
We should just go all Intel, Dennis.
I don't know if I'm doing that. Intel's still a dog, so I'm not sure I'm doing all Intel and all in.
Here's the problem.
Piece in there.
Here's the problem with my luck is if I go in 100% Intel, knowing that, okay, Trump wins, good, Biden wins, good for Intel, someone like RFK is going to win or something, and my portfolio is going to dump.
Somebody off the grid comes in here.